trees did blue.
Hey.
Did you like them to see the development or not?
Hey, how are you?
In Fulton somewhere. It's brought nothing but trouble and continues. Next to two dentists and next to that is an insurance place and a public library back there. So we're in the center of all the activity. It scares my birds. It's never been by the box take one floor because somebody's there all the time. And evening meetings from 4 to 5 it's just private.
Hey, Zach. Hi. Doing a puzzle? Is that Lion King?
Oh yeah.
Whether it's just right here, there's so much there you got to eat.
Oh yeah, we have a lot. I have races. In fact, other one we have, I can't remember the name of the breads and beef for nothing. But they have really the best. Well, we see quite a bit of them. I would like to give more time. Well, the way I look at it is when you get that silence from the lecture about it, so they can be
Emma's giving you a hug, Zach.
Louise said they see a turkey down by the blue shed. Wild turkey, they by Uncle Lou's walking along.
The children have seen a wild turkey by Uncle Lou's shed.
What?
Wild turkey. That must be 10. Other wild turkeys on that.
Boots had told me there were several turtle roosters around there, and he'd seen 3 of them.
You said you were from Albino?
That's what this is. I haven't seen it.
Yes, I think they stopped us a couple of years. I'm surprised there's any left there. It is
Yeah. Really? We fussed out about finding too much stuff.
look like just about everywhere. This one down here,
Oh yeah, I think the dog food was more beautiful than I've ever seen it everywhere. And so many portions of the big ones. My yard is really pretty. One time a year I have to ask them about specifics. And this is the one time when it's really pretty.
Just look at those little foxes.
Oh, what's that out?
Well, that's the mama fox. Oh, Zach, that was so nice. You go show that to Liz. Show it to Mimi. Isn't that beautiful?
And you did it all by yourself, didn't you? You tell them. Isn't that pretty? You see Aunt Inez over there? Judy? That child can put them together by himself.
I think it's remarkable.
I think it's remarkable. Any puzzle you give him, he'll sit until he puts it together.
Yeah.
Uncle Hans thinks you are wonderful. Yeah. I got you 2 new ones at home too. He loves puzzles. He'll sit there for hours just working.
He's going to be an architect.
He's gonna be like you. I remember the crossword puzzles you used to work on. Yeah, come down, Uncle Hans.
Is this
This is Zach.
Zach?
Zach.
Zach.
Are you Zach?
Yes, sir.
Will you show up with your family down or just?
Ella brought me and left me with time. She went on to a motel. I had heard the engine on the trip. And I didn't realize it. And he goes down there a lot. He called us.
Are you Alma?
Fast.
Are
They
you
had
Alma?
stuff. Yeah, I don't see that either.
Look here. You ride the horse. Get up.
I never had one.
No, I don't think like you. It is so sad, I mean, I just think,
That's a
I never forget when Mildred Bannister lived with us.
No, mine, that's
She shot
what
there
it's
on the avenue, and when she got up to those three guys, she cried.
Now,
Yes.
now you got her. It's gonna take you back to market. It's gonna take you home, but all the way home.
They're what, cartoons?
I was in Charlotte, and Bill would be having.
Hannah, can you hold that?
That's right, that's right.
Who's gonna say Bruce?
Philip is.
Oh.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this good day. We thank you for all the Hayes that are here and other members of the family. Bless this food that I use and us that I serve. And keep us ever mindful of the needs of others. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Well, when you bless the head, you've done a
It
good
is,
work.
it is nice to have the Hayes here. I think it's wonderful. Wonderful. I wish Amy could have been here with
Get
us.
a pussy.
I know.
Roll.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure it is.
Who's the girl with the children?
That's a friend of Louise's from Columbia.
That girl, when she met Louise, was after Louise had the triplets, I guess. No, I guess they met before that, but anyway, she almost moved in with Louise. She just took care of her and would call, you know, if she felt like Louise needed it, she would call me.
She's not married?
It's wonderful.
You've just been a friend
But
of
you,
theirs.
yeah, I was just thinking
She doesn't work at all?
Oh, yes, she's a psychologist.
Well, it's kind of,
Good job.
it's kind of good to have a psychologist in it.
Oh, I think so good.
I wouldn't want to be
She's
analyzed.
John Harrington, one of those girls, which one?
Hannah, I think.
Libby and Thomas are John Harris, quiet.
Who's that?
Ken, I think, is godfather. I'm not sure.
Bread.
That's it this week. Maybe you can go ahead.
Check your dinner list.
I don't know whose dinner that
Which
is.
one is that?
That's James, and she'll come on.
You sent her in there.
I know, but where is she? Didn't realize we had an extra. In fact, Philip saw James come on here. Where's Philip going?
Thank you, ma'am. Everything is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Where'd Jane go to?
She's sitting in the kitchen.
Jane, you got yours back there?
The bread. And Ina?
That's how he keeps his girls
Oh,
going.
is that what it is?
Good. Everything's fine.
Thank you.
Bring the plate. We'll switch plates. You did tell me that. So, yeah, man and Jane, that was wonderful.
Rob, you ready to eat? No, you're not lazy. But I'm not 80 yet.
Make an exception.
Make it long, darling.
Thanks, babe.
Jen, is your mama slowing down
You
there?
don't have to shut slowing down?
Well,
Not much.
did they hire the other person that was gonna help them?
They've got a few people working, on a contract basis. And they have still in the office all the time.
I got to go one time.
Last time I talked to her, it must have been his wedding. She was telling me
Russians,
everything would get somebody that would make them a little, free them up, not to travel so much.
Take them, two of them, and she wouldn't be happy.
Well, they have somebody else, but they're still working really hard. Now, they did just go to the Bahamas
Oh,
for a
great.
week, and they had a wonderful time.
Well, if you take some of the good along with the hard, it makes it nice.
Did he go?
Of course, you know, they went to Paris and London for a vacation last year, and they ended up working in Dublin
Oh,
for
no.
part of that time. But
How did that happen?
good thing, because they wrote the whole thing, the whole trip on it was a business.
Who was this, your mom?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
There's a company called G-Tech that makes the computers that they do the lotteries from. And I guess they were thinking about getting the lotteries in some European countries. And so G-Tech has opened offices over there. So they were talking about coming back at some point and doing training. So she just visited with them for a month. That was me yesterday. At lunch.
Y'all excuse me, but well, thank you, I'm sorry. But it does that way, it goes down the wrong throat.
It's no comment about whoever's cooking this is.
I'm all right, Julie, all right.
Brooks got something in his throat when he hits something. There's a certain type of thing that you add. Let's see, what would it be now? This dry soup mix that you can use. When he tastes that, his throat kind of closes up. Oh, we think it's that. We don't know what it is. He has trouble swallowing. Philip, didn't you say that? So we.
You know, my father had something like that. He's had surgery where it closed up. Certain times.
Let's see, did he marry again?
No. He's dating a woman. Swallow. A lady.
Something like that.
Nowadays, I think woman is become. She lived at 41 John Street.
That's a joke she told.
She was married to a brain surgeon, and she gets such a huge alimony check that I don't think she ever wants to marry again. She's very sweet, though. And I'm always blanking on her name. I always want to say Evelyn, but that's not right. Marilyn Swenson. I was joking about Sue telling us the story about the oldest whorehouse in Charleston. It used to be at 41 John Street.
You know what John Street is? On the end of King Street.
When Warren dead ends onto King Street, you cross over, that's John Street. And if you keep going, then the museum and the visitor center are down there now.
Why do they call one of those?
And it's still there.
Tell the story, man.
Do you know, for everybody who doesn't already know, I know you probably, she told you yesterday, but we went to her grandmother's house and peeked around in the garden. It's apartments now. And this is the house where she was born and her mother was married. And we were about to give up. We rang all the bells and nobody was home. And we were about to give up. And we were walking back to the cars and turned around, and there was a guy going into the building. So I stopped him and said, "Would you mind if we looked at the inside?" So he was the owner's son-in-law, and he was the manager. He took us around and showed us the parlor where her mother got married and her grandmother's bedroom.
And that wasn't on Broad Street.
No, it was Warren.
My grandmother says that Mickey Donna had an apartment in our children.
Yeah, but I never was really familiar with that site.
It's right behind National.
I didn't realize Mickey and Donna had that spot.
They had an apartment there. They called me when I was in town and telling me one was coming to see them. This was when they were first married. And I asked him, I said, "Well, where do you live?" And he said, "Well, you probably never heard of that street." And I said, "What is it?" He said, "Warren." And I said, "Warren?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I sure did know it." So I said, "Well, what number yet so we can find it?" He said, 89. I said, "That's the house." And I went there, and they were in the third story. And the first story is the basement blank area, but they used to use that a long time ago. But anyway, I went, and the room they were in, their living room, was the bedroom. I was born there.
Now, was that your grandmother's bedroom or on the other side of the
No,
wall?
hers was,
On the other side of the wall.
Well, when did your family get to that place at Broad Street that I remember?
When did your family move to Broad Street?
My grandmother.
No, your parents. Because that's where
I
you,
think when I was 12.
that's where you were
I
married.
moved to courthouse first,
Oh, yeah.
and then post office and St. Michael's and all that. Yeah. And then from there to Broad Street.
Now, what was your main name?
Chaplain.
Chapman, that's right.
And Jen, you and I were talking about my grandfather, Pacu, when he passed away, and I told you I must have been around 5. I looked it up, and I was 11. So I was yes.
He died in 1940, I remember that very well.
I was born 28, so how much is that, 12?
Thomas, Jaden's son, that came to visit yesterday, was talking about the Pop always saying, I distinctly remember railing this family.
You
I need
said he
to,
died in 24?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say Papa died in 24?
Died in 40.
I knew that one, because I was married in 24.
I was at Nashville at Peacock.
Yeah, I know, I met you when you came home. How about the rule, anybody? So, Dennis, you want to pass this way this time?
Henry, have a roll.
That's all right. Got it? I get it. I get it. I got it. Thank you, sir. That's good.
Can I get anything for anybody?
You're fine.
Delicious.
And Inez? Eat up, you gotta go home again, you know.
Yeah, there's honey food at my house. Elizabeth always had just a stock of canned goods at hers. I told my children, if there's ever a famine, run to Elizabeth. She's gonna feed the family for at least 10 years.
In her freezer.
I don't know where she puts it, man, she's, misses her house.
Mm-hmm.
We passed that around. We passed that
Oh, I'm
around.
sorry.
But you know, when she used to have so many canned goods, my word, like 12 cans of pineapple and 15 things of peaches and
Canned goods, you
her
said?
canned goods.
I thought you said candy. I know.
No, canned
Do
goods.
you know that I had a can of sweet potatoes go bad in the pantry? I didn't think any canned food would go bad. So I must have had it over 20 years.
Unless they're frozen, I think if they freeze.
Well, this was in my pantry, the cans weren't frozen, so
How do you know it was bad?
it was bulging on top. You could
Oh,
tell.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake.
You know what I've been tempted to do, and I felt like, is each season just go through, and unless I know that I've just bought it, like I buy those Stokely things when they put them on for $3, $4, $5, and then I end up with so many,
Yeah.
and just give them to the shelter, and then start over again.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a good idea.
I have a son-in-law that doesn't like too many vegetables other than snap beans. So
No, those,
I buy those beans to make the string bean casserole, which he likes.
That's not Thomas, is it?
No,
Thomas
Thomas eats
eats
everything.
anything.
But Richie, doesn't like any vegetables. They eat out most of the time.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I would think that'd be nice.
are these beans from,
Go ahead.
Pick
Well,
Well,
Richie
we're
owns,
put 'em up.
Richie owns a restaurant.
Shoot, they came up with a job.
and who baked, maybe quiche?
I did.
That's wonderful.
Thank you, thank you.
You get some good cooking from home.
I don't know about that.
So Inez, have you got some good stories about Mammy and Papu?
Well, the old Elizabeth and Henry will have a lot more. I came along so much later that I'm practically the only child. That's true, you know.
Yeah, I know you were.
She was a freshman in college the year I was born. And Elizabeth knows went to Edisville to school. I can't remember when I was going to school. Nobody was at home. I was a sole person.
What is she saying about me? I just heard my name.
You went to Edisville to school, and she was home by herself.
I didn't know tea at all till after, Mama was the last illness.
Gosh, you missed a lot, didn't
Well, I knew him later on enough, but. Well, I remember when he come home that monthly visit in the summer, he would tease me nearly to death. Everything and by the way, I heard somebody say Texican, I asked him if he'd seen any Texicans, and he didn't carry on. And I heard somebody on TV, on a plaything, say Texican, so I wish he could know that people didn't say Texican.
What was Texicans?
He was in Texas, see?
you? Texas.
He was a Texan, and I was so confused with Mexican and Texan.
Well, I think that sounds logical.
I thought it was very smart deduction.
But you didn't, you know, tea that
Jesus,
you
Jesus,
was correct.
Gee, we were talking
Yeah, he
about
said,
Frank is your older brother.
he said, Ben,
Not like
that I would
that.
say to him, Ben Cool, come
Have
see
you
me.
got someone in mind?
No, we were just, one of them thought, and the car thought that he was married, and I said, well, I don't believe it.
He
But
may
I
be
couldn't
soon.
remember whose name that Hannah mentioned it.
Frank was the one who was riding one of your horses, Hen, and the girth slipped and he started to fall. And my mom about had a heart attack. Hen's so calm, so I said, oh, he's fine. So right up, Mom was worried.
That was riding down Henderson.
He used to love it out there.
Where are your brothers?
Am I the only one still?
No, I'm still
I'm
living.
sorry.
We are her brothers.
Where are your brothers, Jane? Where are they living and what are they doing?
Lex is married. He writes for the Greensboro newspaper in North Carolina, and his wife is an editor. Frank is
That sticks every time I come here, I know mine does too.
let's see, Frank is an engineer, and he's living in Greenville, North Carolina. And he's about married to a nurse named Susan. I think that'll be soon.
Everybody's looking.
Well, I think he
I think
is planning on it soon.
Well, how old is he now?
34. He'll be 35 in August.
So he's getting sort of late start.
Well, he's spent 4 years with the girl who's younger than me. She's about 23, maybe. Well, no, I'm sorry. She must be about 24, 25 now.
Female.
Redhead. She
Oh, yeah.
was dangerous. He got rid of her, luckily.
I know
So-
I came to the wedding, you never.
Well, probably, but I had some,
That evening before, at the,
What was her name?
at the cookout,
Mm-hmm.
I probably did, but there were so many people that she didn't stand up.
Dana.
And where is Hugh?
Hugh is in Raleigh, and he's going back to school. As a matter of fact, Frank is going back to school as well for, I think a doctorate business program or a master's in engineering. But Hugh is going back for accounting, and he's married to Melissa Skinner, and she is working at an insurance company, and they're very happy.
That's great.
Well, now, are they any grandchildren?
Now, well, Hugh has a son, Dylan.
No.
And that's working out with them.
Marion and
Them,
Stokey gave
Oh,
all
they
this
live
week
with
to Carolina.
you,
They're visiting about 8 different schools.
How wonderful.
But
Where are they going?
Oh, is
Some
Dylan
places in
living with
Virginia,
them?
Davidson, and
Dylan lives
I
with
just
his
got
mother.
to,
We
I
know
said,
it.
they're just wasting their time
He's about
because if
12,
Stokey has
he's
anything to
gonna
do with it, she'd
very
go to
tall.
Agnes.
He's gonna be at least 6'6", 6'5".
Is that right?
He's big.
Really?
So is this Dylan's gonna be tall?
Thomas and Easy took the children.
Well, now, Hugh was tall.
Huh?
Thomas and Easy.
He's probably 6'1" or 2. And Dylan's mother is almost 6 feet tall. She's like 5'10",
Good.
and her brothers are
First of all, boys, now,
6'6" and 6'8", something. They are huge.
Well, I know Dylan plays basketball.
He was
I think he does.
telling, when Thomas was telling me those things, and I showed him, he would say, well, Daddy, what is this or something? I said, I showed you too late now. And he took in everything. Too busy little boy. We went on that carriage ride yesterday.
Now, whose children are they?
Thomas,
Tully's, that's right. I was telling him, Mother and I went by and saw him yesterday at Cooper Hall, and he had such a sweet smile. He just smiles all the time. And where is Tully now, Jane?
in Greenville.
In Greenville.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's still with the Greenville Hospital,
Mhm.
teaching the resident doctors in family practice.
You told me
But
that.
she works a couple of days a week, doesn't she? Doesn't
She hasn't worked since the children were born.
Yeah, she does something.
She's volunteering.
Is
She
that what it
did volunteer
Yeah.
in the
She's
children's clinic, but Thomas said she's been very little about it.
is? Is that right? Well, I don't know, it seems like,
But she's spending more time with children.
Would you like a swallow?
Wonderful that she can
no,
do.
thank you.
These are living in would you like a swallow of tea?
Yeah, would you like
Would you
some
like a swallow of tea? What about you?
No, this is fine.
It's nice having doctors in the family, because I call them long distance and ask them what.
I think that's great.
And my doctor said, what's that?
Yeah, what's gonna happen after that?
Daisy, can I get you some tea, honey? I'm fine. You sure? Let me see.
I saw your farm mentioned in the paper today.
Good, good.
Good advertising.
Connie Hawkins is, well, we have just been truly blessed by our free publicity. That one day we had on the front page of the News and Courier, children picking strawberries in color.
Oh, how
And
wonderful.
somebody told there and said, that was worth $250,000. But anyway, Doug Donahue, who is the PR man for the Post and Courier, absolutely adores strawberries. And he had aired it on TV Sunday morning on Channel 36. But we don't get it very good because it's more of it's UHF or VHF, the other one. So we gotta get the name.
You
started after us too. But Doug does this talk show called Sunday Morning Breakfast. And he and this other man interviewed Aaron Lennon. Aaron said, I'll never do that again. It made him so nervous. But anyway, but we could see him enough. We really couldn't hear him. But the boys had given him, his grandson had given him a strawberry tie from LL Bean.
Oh, yeah.
And it has the flowers, and inside of it, they have the little strawberry. And so he wore that for a conversation with him.
For these, have you all found that business picked up after a lot of this advertising?
Oh, the year, last year, I guess it was, we had a picture in the paper on Sunday, and then on Wednesday, comparable to today, Connie ran this spiel, which she had today, and we just had a tremendous week. And we're counting on that the remaining 4 days of this week.
Good.
But we find that we advertise this year, I'm on the advertising and PR for the farmer. Judy, I can help you.
What you doing?
We have an ad in the Kiowa Seabrook newspaper. There's a little newspaper down there called Connector, and it comes out once a month. And I put an ad in that. And we get a lot of 3-generation families with cameras and all sorts of stuff. So really, it works out nice.
Oh, this looks
These are
pretty.
Leland Farm strawberries.
They look pretty.
They are gorgeous.
That's luscious.
You don't have to get up. Liza went, I think, to pick the day after we,
Who did?
Liza and the
Very good.
nurse, this lady came up to go there.
Oh. Well, we want everybody we can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good crop.
Beautiful rock. Really is pretty. I think starting out this year than ever. And he's got it very clean. It's a neat looking.
Well, it should be very flavorful since it was so low rain. The flavor